of what they call policy. That is to say, that having committed some serious offense, they are compelled to commit a great number more for the purpose of endeavoring to avoid the consequences of the first lot. And hence the continuance of criminality becomes a matter necessary to self defense and an essential ingredient in the consideration of self preservation. Probably Sweeney Todd had been for the greater part of his life aiming at the possession of extensive pecuniary resources, and no doubt by the aid of a superior intellect and a mind full of craft and design, he had managed to make others subservient to his views, and now that those views were answered and that his underlings and accomplices were no longer required, they became positively dangerous. He was well aware of that cold-blooded policy which teaches that it is far safer to destroy than to cast away the tools by which a man carves his way to power and fortune. "They shall die," said Sweeney Todd. "Dead men tell no tales, nor women, nor boys either, and they shall all die, after which there will, I think, be a serious fire in Fleet Street. Ha, ha! It may spread to what mischief it likes, always provided it stops not short of the entire destruction of my house and premises. Rare sport will it be to me, for then I will at once commence a new career, in which barber will be forgotten and the man of fashion only seen and remembered, for with his last addition to my means I am fully capable of vying with the highest and the noblest, let them be who they may." This seemed a pleasant train of reflections to Sweeney Todd, and as the coach entered Fleet Street there sat such a grim smile upon his countenance that he looked like some fiend in human shape who had just completed the destruction of a human soul. Then, when he reached the livery stables to which he directed them to drive, instead of to his own shop, he rewarded all who had gone with him most liberally, so that the coachman and the footman, who were both servants out of place, would have no objection for Sweeney Todd every day to have gone on some such expedition, so that they should receive as liberal wages for the small part they enacted in it as they did upon that occasion. He then walked from the stables towards his own house, but upon reaching there a little disappointment awaited him, for he found to his surprise that no light was burning, and when he placed his hand upon the shop door it opened, but there was no trace of Tobias, although he, Sweeney Todd, called loudly upon him the moment he set foot within the shop. Then a feeling of great approbation crept across the barber, and he groped anxiously about for some matches, by the aid of which he hoped to procure a light, and then an explanation of the mysterious absence of Tobias. But in order that we may in its proper form relate how it was that Tobias had had the daring, thus in open contradiction of his master, to be away from the shop, we must devote to Tobias a chapter which will plead his extenuation. End of chapter 17.